Hello, student. Myself, Dr. Priyanka Ghosh. So today we are just going to discuss about the basic of cost sheet. So cost sheet means when with the details of like direct material, direct labor, and different kind of cost, we are preparing a cost sheet to find out what is the per unit cost and the total cost. Actually, based on this cost sheet, we are just going to calculate our selling price. So here, when we are going to prepare the cost sheet statement, always we should start with the direct material. So with the direct materials, when we are going to add the direct labor, we are getting the prime cost. After the prime cost, we should add a different kind of overheads like factory overheads. Under factory overhead, all the expenses related to factory will be recorded. After factory overhead, when we are adding the factory related expenses with the prime cost, we will be getting the works cost. After works cost, we have to add office and administrative overhead. So office and administrative overhead means here the all the office and administration related expenses we need to record. After adding office and administrative overhead, we should get the cost of production. After adding cost of production, sometime in the question we can see the details of opening stock and closing stock. So if the opening stock and closing stock of finished goods are there, we need to adjust here after getting the cost of production. So here the opening stock always we need to add with the cost of production, and we need to minus the closing stock of finished goods. But here we should consider only the finished goods. We should not consider any other opening stock and closing stock at this level. So after adjusting opening stock and closing stock, we will be getting the cost of goods sold. After cost of goods sold, we will be adding the selling and distribution overhead. So selling and distribution overhead means here all the sales and distribution related expenses we need to add, like the commission of the seller or the selling expenses or any advertisement kind of expenses. These all things should come under this. So after adding all this overhead with the prime cost, we will be getting the total cost. On this total cost, we need to calculate the profit. And after adding the profit with the total cost, we will be getting the total selling price. So let's see how to prepare the cost sheet here. So cost sheet always we will be having minimum two columns. So normally, if they don't ask into the question for the per unit cost, no need to prepare the per unit column. But if they will ask the per unit cost, so we can prepare the per unit. So here we have to prepare a cost sheet, and the number of jeans manufactured during the month they have given 1000 units. So all other details they have given direct material, direct labor, indirect labor within bracket they have given in factory. In factory means it is related to factory. Supervision calls also related to factory. Factory premises rent, always factory expenses. Factory lighting, factory expenses. Oil for machinery, depreciation machinery. Please remember these all are factory expenses. Why factory expenses? Because machinery and plant and machinery we are using in in factory only. So that's why it is related to factory overhead. Office overhead, office salary, office and administrative, office expense, miscellaneous office expenses, also office overhead, selling and distribution overhead is given, and we need to calculate a profit of 20% on the total cost. So if we will add all these expenses, and with that we can calculate the gross profit, we can get the total selling price. So let's see how to prepare cost sheet. So normally cost sheet will be having the three columns. One is particular and then two column for amount. But in this problem, as the units are given and I want to discuss the per unit, so they have prepared one per unit column. So if they don't ask into the question the per unit, no need to calculate the per unit. So first we will start, always we need to start with the raw materials. So here direct raw materials is given 20,000, and with that first we need to add the direct labor. So always in prime cost will be consist of all the direct expenses, direct material, direct labor and direct expenses. So if the direct expenses is given, we should add here the direct expenses too. And in this problem, direct expenses is not given. So directly we just consider direct material and direct labor. So we have added direct material 20,000, direct labor 8,000, total prime cost will come 28,000. And in the question, we are going to manufacture 1,000 units. So how to calculate per unit? Total cost is 28,000 divided by how many units you have manufactured. So here per unit cost will come 28 rupees. After that, we have to add the factory overhead. So here all the factory expenses, factory related expenses will come. So what are the expenses we are having? Indirect labor, supervision cost, factory rent, factory lighting, oil for machines and depreciation of the machines. So these all our factory related expenses. So we have added all these expenses and total factory overhead we got 6,300. So if you add this 6,300 with the prime cost, we will be getting total 34,300. This 34,300 will be known as works cost. Correct? So how to get the per unit? So again, your total cost divided by number of units you manufactured. So total cost is 34,300 and divided by how many units they are manufactured? 1,000 units. So here the works cost per unit will come 34.30. After getting works cost, we need to add the office and admin overhead. So here all the office and administration related expenses will come, like office overhead, office salary, and miscellaneous office expenses. So total office overhead will come 11,000. So this 11,000 we need to add with the works cost. When we will add with the works cost, we will be getting the cost of production. So cost of production total will come 45,300. So again, we need to calculate the per unit. So 45,300 divided by number of units manufactured. So 1,000 units we have manufactured. So per unit it will come 45.30. So after that, in this problem, we do not have any details of opening stock and closing stock of finished goods. So please remember here clearly, after a cost of production, we should adjust if in the question they have given opening stock and closing stock of finished good. If they don't given any information related opening stock and closing stock of finished good, we should not do any other adjustments. So directly we need to go for the selling and distribution overhead. So here selling and distribution overhead directly they have given 6,000. So we have written 6,000 and this 6,000 we have to add with the cost of production. So now total cost we will be getting 51,300 and this 51,300 we have to divide with the total unit manufactured. So here the per unit will come 51.30. Now in the question, they have told clearly the profit margin is 20%. So profit margin is 20 means here directly we need to calculate the 20% on our cost. So 20% our cost is 51,300. So 20% on the cost, our profit will come 10,260. Again, you want to calculate the per unit. So we are manufacturing 1,000 unit. So per unit will come 10.26. So now if you will add profit with the total cost, you will be getting the total sale. So total cost will come 51,300 plus profit 10,260. So total sale will be 61,560 and again per unit cost 61,560 divided by number of units manufactured. So here the per unit selling price will come 61.56. So this is the basic problem of cost sheet. So next class we will be discussing some advanced level. Thank you.